There is a lot of information about wildlife that many people claim is false. It could be because of the way it's presented, with it being used as comedy or common saying, or because it is extreme. But these are facts. So here are the top 10 true animal myths. Number 10 is the chicken. The first fact that people usually deny goes that a chicken is able to change its sex. Okay, so this is how it works. Usually a hen will only have one working left ovary, but two sex organs are present. In the bird's embryonic stage, the right gonad remains dormant. On rare occasions, a medical problem can cause the left ovary to revert, causing the gonad to grow. This causes the release of androgen, which will cause the hen's behavior to change, making it act like a rooster. Gender changes occur in many different animals. Number 9 is the groundhog. Many question the idea of groundhogs predicting when spring will arrive, but there is truth to it. Groundhogs, aka woodchucks, are marmots. They tend to live in high elevations where winters are extremely deadly. They will hibernate in groups, and one groundhog will check not just light but also temperature. It will go back into its burrow if it is still cold, but if it's warmer, they will wake up and feed like crazy for the next winter. Number 8 is the European hare. The myth goes that in March, European hares will go mad. So why do these normally shy and solitary animals start to become aggressive at this time? This is the breeding season, so to test if the male has strong genes, the female will start to fight the males. These tests are done because shortly after birth, young hares have to fend for themselves. They become independent when they are a month old. Number 7 is the dog. Seizures are changes in the brain's electrical activity. People will shake violently, lose control, and get foam at the mouth. People who have tons of seizures can get a service dog. Through the years, many people have thought dogs can predict seizures. What happens is that the dog will get used to the patterns of situations that happens before a seizure, or the body language of their owner. They are known to warn their owners 30 to 45 seconds before they have a seizure. Each dog has its own way of warning their owner. It's good to know before it happens so you don't hit a hard floor like I did. Just know it's not a good idea to rely on your dog 100% of the time. Number 6 is the leech. Before storms hit, a leech will start to swim to the surface. So how do these guys predict storms? It's all from how leeches breathe. They take in oxygen through their skin. When a storm is coming, most of the oxygen in the water will rise, so that to stay alive, they'll have to swim closer to the surface of the water. This was discovered with the thanks of an invention called the tempest prognosticator. Number 5 is the ant. A zombie is described as a person who has died, but the body is being controlled by another force. Through mythology, zombies come to life by magic, but in modern times, we depict them as coming from a virus. This is a horror for ants who do become zombies because of funguses or parasitic worms like a liver fluke that attach to the brain of the ant and controls it so that it can complete its life cycle. Number 4 is the shark. There are many abilities sharks have that I bet you wish you did. Great speed, glowing in the dark, and predicting hurricanes. Hours before hurricanes hit, sharks will start swimming into deeper waters. So how do sharks predict hurricanes? There are hair cells in their ears which will detect changes of pressure in their environment. When a hurricane advances, there is a drop of water pressure. Number 3, elephant. So do elephants really have an amazing memory? Why yes, and they need it to survive. It helps them know the best places to find food and water depending on the season. The leader of a group of elephants has the best memory, and they make a mental map. They can also remember 100 different elephant calls, and it helps them know who is where if they get separated, and who is who in the hierarchy. Number 2 is the quokka. The internet's favorite marsupial has a darker side. When threatened by a predator, a quokka mom may drop its crying baby near a predator so it can distract them as she escapes. Number 1 is the ladybug. Insects don't die in the winter. They either hibernate or use a different method of surviving cold temperatures. The ladybug is a hibernator that is able to predict the weather, but we don't know how. What we do know is that they can predict how strong the cold weather will be months in advance. They choose different spots depending on the danger and know exactly when to come out.